different question, which is, why didn't that structure heal itself?
Right.
Now, post-surgery or post-running your car into a cement wall, that may be obvious. There may be bones out of place, or scarring from something like that. But so often we have problems. I wake up having had a long plane flight and my neck is cricked and I feel, oh, terrible, I've got to go to a chiropractor, but I go to sleep in the hotel and by the time I wake up in the morning, it's solved itself. And many, many injuries that you have solve themselves easily. So if you have a chronic injury, you have to ask yourself a different question than what structure failed. You have to ask, what is preventing it from being healed? What is preventing the body from healing itself, which it does very well most of the time.
Or preventing it from adapting. It's one of the things that I've been thinking about lately, which is, we learn that connective tissue becomes more dense in the presence of repetitive load, yet most myofascial pain is a result of mechanical overload. So why didn't that structure that was mechanically overloaded have the chance to adapt and become more robust and stronger?
In terms of repetitive strain, that's a really good question. In terms of single accident, obviously it's suddenly overloaded.
Yeah.
So it tears
in the
under that
absence
sudden overload.
of catastrophic failure.
But out of remodeling, out of myofibroblasts, out of the regular action of fibroblasts, that should, even if it leaves a little scar tissue, that should repair itself. But there are, most of the patients that we have are sporting some kind of pain that they've been living with for months that hasn't resolved itself. And so the question that I ask is, what's going on somewhere else that's preventing that thing from being healed in the usual way?
And how do you find the somewhere else?
Look. So that's where we come to the body reading skills that I like people to have. So the pain on this side of the neck, well, one of the things is that often recurrent muscle pain is in the areas that are under eccentric load. But the problem is often in an area that's a corresponding area that's under concentric load. So if my left scalenes and levator scapulae are constantly nagging at me, I can go and work there. I could think, well, maybe they're short on the other side, but if you look and you see that the shoulder girdle is tilted, and then you look at the rib cage under that, and you realize the rib cage is shifted over towards the left side, this is what I call the "it's not my fault" rule of School of Body Reading, that you just keep going down until you find something that's balanced, and then you realize, okay, well, it's actually the quadratus lumborum or the lateral abdominal obliques on the right side that are concentrically short, that are pulling on that rib cage, that are ending up on the left side, putting eccentric load on the left side of the neck, and that's where the pain is showing up.
Right.
So leave the neck alone, go get that rib cage back under the shoulder girdle. But that requires looking. You can't rely on what the client tells you.
Right.
You certainly rely on history as a help. But often these things are not in the client's awareness. You have to look to see them.